Citation of the Honoree.
Professor M. Tawfiq Ladan, ex-DG NIALS, to bag Institute's 2025 Eminent Jurist/Legal Icon Fellowship Award, December 2nd.
Welcome to Omda's Online TV, your #1 source for breaking news and live updates.
All is set to honor the immediate past Director General of the Nigerian Institute of Advanced Legal Studies (NIALS), Professor Mohammed Tawfiq Ladan, with the Institute's Eminent Jurist/Legal Icon Fellowship Award. The award, which will be conferred by the Chief Justice of Nigeria on the eminent legal icon during the Institute's 2025 Fellows Lectures, conferment of NIALS Honorary Fellowship and Fellows Dinner, will take place on December 2nd at Main Auditorium Yara Adua Center, Abuja, by 11 a.m. Other 3 honorees are 2 former Nigeria's Attorney General/Ministers of Justice, Chief Kanu Agabi-san and Mr. Mohammed Bello Adoke-san, as well as seasoned legal practitioner Mr. Yusuf Olaolu Ali-san. Citation of Professor Mohammed Tawfiq Ladan, Birth and Education and Professional Career, 1960-2025. Born on 24th March 1960 at Kofa Mazugal Quarters in Dala Local Government of Kano State, Nigeria, as the 10th child of the co-founder and pioneer principal of the Dantata Memorial School, late Alhaji Usman Ladan. His mother's name is late Maryam Yusuf Ladan. Enrolled as a Primary 1 pupil in 1966 at the Dantata Memorial School, Prof. M.T. Ladan completed his primary, secondary and pre-degree diploma in law education in 1974, 1980 and 1983 respectively, and gained a direct admission for a 3-year LLB degree program at the Faculty of Law, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. Ladan obtained his LLM in 1990, PhD in law degree in 1997 at the same university. Ladan also obtained his postdoctoral 1-year certificate in June 2000 at the University of Minnesota, Minneapolis, USA, and professionally trained and certified on Alternative Dispute Resolution (ADR) in 1996 at the California State University, Sacramento, and Harvard Negotiation Program, USA. Professor Ladan joined the Department of Public Law, Faculty of Law, Ahmadu Bello University of Zaria, Nigeria in October 1987 as an assistant lecturer and rose through the ranks in 17 years to become a full chair professor of law in October 2004 at the age of 44 years, hence 21 years long-standing as a professor of law out of his 38 years of teaching, research, supervision, mentorship and academic leadership experience. Unique contributions to the development of legal education, law and jurisprudence through scholarly research works, publications and mentorship. 1990-2025. Academic output. Professor M.T. Ladan pioneered the development of course outlines and teaching of environmental law in 1990, international humanitarian law in 1997, ECOWAS community law in 2009, energy and ICT law in 2014, and authored pioneering textbooks on each one of them published by the Ahmadu Bello University Press Limited, Zaria. Prof. Ladan taught jurisprudence for 24 years, 1993 to 2017, authored the pioneer textbook on combined classical and Islamic jurisprudence, published by Malthouse Press Limited, Lagos in 2007, and revised in 2010, reprinted annually for 10 years, which became his bestseller publication, available on Amazon.com and in public libraries across the globe. Professor Ladan's academic output includes over 80 journal articles and chapter book contributions found published by Cambridge University Press UK in 2007, Kluwer Law Books Publishers Netherlands in 2009, Springer Nature Publishers Switzerland in 2022 and 2024, iOS Press Netherlands in 2018 and 2019, Routledge Law and Francis Publishers London, New York in 2025, Juta Publishers South Africa in 2016, amongst others. Professor Ladan's legal scholarship is felt at the global, continental, regional and national levels, having presented 50% of his over 100 conference and seminar papers in all the continents of the world on matters relating to finding solutions to environmental, climate change, migration, human rights, forced displacement and governance crises. Such presentations took Prof. Ladan to Yale University, Harvard Law School and California State University, Sacramento in the USA, University of Ottawa, Canada, the Norwegian Center for Human Human Rights of the University of Oslo in Norway, University of Copenhagen in Denmark, United Nations Environmental Programme UNEP conferences in Brazil, Uruguay, India, Indonesia, Turin, Italy, Kenya, Uganda, other international conferences organized by UNESCO, UNHCR, African Union, African Human Rights Court, ECOWAS Court of Justice, ICRC, ACLRS, and ACLRS UNEP in France, UK, Switzerland, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia, Libya, Ethiopia, Ghana, Mali, South Africa, Cameroon, Cape Verde, Zimbabwe, Gambia, and Guinea-Bissau. Impactful mentorship. Most importantly is the fact that the impact of all these academic outputs lies in the 101 citations of Ladan's 41 scholarly works by other researchers in their publications according to research.gate.net, and Ladan's name and scholarly works were mentioned or cited by 1,869 papers of other researchers across the globe according to academia.edu. Most importantly, beyond the academic output is Professor Ladan as an impactful mentor, having spent 28 years mentoring 2 generations of professors of law and 3 generations of PhD in law holders through postgraduate supervision, co-authorship of publications, joint presentations of papers, co-editing of unique scholarly publications such as the Digital Economy Law and Policy Book 2022, the Creative Economy Law and Policy Book 2024, the Treaty Law and State Practice in Nigeria Book 2023, Waste to Wealth Law Policy and Practice Book 2022, and West African Yearbook of International Economic Law and Practice 2024, all published by the Nigerian Institute of Advanced Legal Studies.
Professor Ladan has, within this period, externally assessed over 30 academic staff for professorial ranks from the University of Lagos, University of Benin, University of Ibadan, University of Nigeria Nsukka, NIALS, Bayero University Kano, University of Jos, and University of Ghana, among others. Ladan has equally externally examined over 40 PhD candidates across the globe, including Maastricht University, Netherlands, Ghent University, Belgium, International Islamic University, Malaysia, University of Ghana, Universities of Pretoria, KwaZulu-Natal, Durban, and Cape Town in South Africa, University of New England, Australia, and Universities of Nigeria, Nsukka, Jos, Abuja, Lagos, OAU Ile-Ife, Bayero University, Kano, and Usmanu Dan Fodio University, Sokoto, amongst others. Meritorious service to the development of Nigerian Institute of Advanced Legal Studies, NIALS, the legal profession and justice sector. Professor Ladan's contribution to the development of NIALS started in 1995 under the second DG, late Professor M.A. Ajamo SAN, all through the successive DGs, 3rd to 6th, for 24 years, before he became the 7th DG in September 2019-2025, having served as a resource person for NIALS series of seminar, conference, and capacity building workshops, as an external examiner of postgraduate program, external assessor for staff on professorial ranks, and a contributor to chapters in books and journal publications. Ladan's impactful contribution as a 5-year tenured DG has been documented and published in a 10-volume report available online and in public libraries, ranging from enhancing staff welfare, career progression, and capacity building, and by providing academic leadership in research and unique publications totaling 68, including 10 books, 12 volumes of 8 journals, rules of courts and practice directions for state judiciaries, case digest series, compendia series, training manuals for law teachers, prosecutors, and lawyers on the implementation of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act or laws, enhanced NIALS visibility at all levels of governance in Nigeria and at the regional, continental, and global levels through effective collaboration partnerships with UN agencies like UNESCO, UNICEF, and UNODC, as well as donor agencies like MacArthur Foundation, among others. All these efforts led to the following recognitions and appreciation by UNODC and Office of the National Security Advisor for exceptional contributions towards the development of the Nigerian Call for Action Declaration on the Treatment of Children Associated with Terrorist and Violent Extremist Groups in Nigeria, dated 8th December 2022. By the Federal Government of Nigeria, National Productivity Center, Abuja, on 14th June 2023, NIALS was conferred with the 2022-23 National Productivity Order of Merit Award, the first and the only national award to NIALS as a justice sector institution in Nigeria. By NIALS to Professor Ladan, a certificate of completion signed by the Institute Secretary and Institute Bossa on 14 September 2024, having successfully and meritoriously completed his impactful 5-year tenure as the DG/CEO of NIALS, September 2019-2025. Professor Ladan's contributions to the development of the legal profession and justice sector in 25 years lies in serving as a technical expert resource to the Nigerian Bar Association, National Judicial Institute, Nigerian Law Reform Commission, and Nigerian Association of Law Teachers capacity building of judges, lawyers, and law teachers at annual and regular technical workshops, seminars, conferences, and judicial colloquial series. He was a contributor to journal articles published in NBA, NJI, and NLRC journals. He served as a member of the Nigerian Council for Legal Education 2018 to 2021, member of the Academic Subcommittee of the Legal Practitioners and Privileges Committee for the award of the rank of Senior Advocate of Nigeria (SAN) under 6 successive Chief Justices of Nigeria 2009 to 2020. Member of the Education Committee of the Board of Governors of NJI 2020 to 2024. Life Member, Nigerian Society of International Law 2021. Deputy National Chairman, National Committee on the Implementation of International Humanitarian Law and Criminal Law 2011 to date, Federal Ministry of Justice, Abuja, and member of NIALS Board of Trustees, and received NIALS Long Service Award in Lagos, dated 19th June 2012, for a dedicated 38 years of unbroken service, 1987 to 2012. As at November 2025, it has risen to 38 years of academic life. From theory to problem solving through policy development, action implementation, justice sector and law reform at the national, regional, continental and global levels, 1997 to 2025. As the Junior Acting Director of Research and Planning of the National Human Rights Commission of Nigeria, Abuja, Ladan coordinated the Interim Secretariat of the Human Rights and Prison Reform Committee, July to September 1998, that recommended to the Head of State, General Abdulsalam Abubakar, to establish a national task force on prison decongestion and penal reform that came into existence in September 1998, with a 4-month time frame to review all cases of prisoners in Nigeria in order to recommend those to be released under different categories, to facilitate prison decongestion, and to draw up a comprehensive penal reform package. Ladan also coordinated the Secretariat for the report writing of the task force that recommended the release of political prisoners, including former Head of State Olusegun Obasanjo and others in prison for coup plot charges, as well as release of most detained journalists and activists, totaling 2,433 persons between September 1998 and January 1999. Ladan co-edited the 1998 Training Manual for Prison Officers on Human Rights and the Prison System in Nigeria, used for training of prison officials in preparation for a post-military era civilian administration, 1998 to 99.
Ladan coordinated similar training workshops for the Nigerian Police Force senior police officers in 1998 to 1999 on policing in a post-military era. As a member of the Presidential Committee on the Reform of Administration of Justice in Nigeria March 2006 to May 2007, under President Obasanjo, the committee proposed reforms of the mandate of the National Human Rights Commission, the Legal Aid Council, the Nigerian Prison Service, and the review of the Evidence Act, anti-human trafficking law, the harmonization of the administration of criminal justice procedures, and the elimination of violence in society, amongst others.
We are seeing the relationship between law and religion beyond just religious belief, religious worship, because that is the case in Nigeria. As everybody, you talk about law and religion, everybody thinks that it's about your place of worship, and it's also about just your belief system and your children and their beliefs, and religious education. But this seminar is about exploring the opportunities that law and religion is about human dignity, it's about leadership, it's about national and global security issues, it's about law, religion, and workplaces or labor and law relations. So almost every aspect of human endeavor is embedded in the relationship between law and religion.
The committee's report was submitted to President Obasanjo at the Villa with approval for implementation. Ladan also served as the co-drafter with Honorable Justice Amina Ogi, retired, of the initial proposals on the review and reform of the Juvenile Justice Administration laws in Nigeria that led to the Draft Child Rights Bill 2002-3, led by Professor A.A. Adeyemi late, and became the Child Rights Act 2003, adopted by the 36 states of the Federation today. Ladan served as the lead drafter of the National Child Policy 2006, adopted in 2007 for implementation, and in September 2025, submitted to the Honorable Minister of Women Affairs the revised National Child Policy 2025 and its implementation plan for considerations. Ladan also served as the lead drafter of a national policy on internally displaced persons, IDPs, between 2008 and 2012, revised severally and finally adopted by FEC in 2021 for implementation. Concurrently, Ladan led the team of experts that revised and proposed amendments to the National Commission for Refugees Act that expanded its mandate to cover migration and IDPs, that was assented to on 22 January 2023 by President Buhari. Among several others, Ladan served as a member of the drafting committee of the first ever National Justice Policy 2016-2017, adopted by the FEC in November 2019 for implementation. Professor Ladan was on the revision committee of the National Justice Policy in 2024, which was approved by FEC in February 2025 for implementation. Professor Ladan served for 23 years as the lead national expert in drafting and defense of Nigeria's Country Human Rights Periodic Report to the UNCEW Committee, UNCRC Committee in New York and Geneva, and to the African Human and People's Rights Commission in Banjul, Gambia, 2002 to 2025. Ladan has consulted for UNICEF, UNEP Nairobi, Kenya, UNECAA Addis Abeba, UNDP, ILO, UNHCR, UNCRI Turin, Italy, and UNESCO between 2002 and 2025, as well as ECOWAS Commission Abuja between 2005 and 2025. He is also a resource person for the international conferences organized by the ECOWAS Community Court of Justice, Abuja, and the African Court of Human Rights, Arusha, Tanzania. Globally, Professor Ladan is a member of the World Jurist Association, USA, IUCN Commission on Environmental Law 2009 to 2014, and Academy on Environmental Law 2004 to date. Member, World Climate Crisis Commission, IUCN Gland, Switzerland, 2023 to 2025.
Ladan renders advisory and technical services to the Nigeria African Continental Free Trade Area AfCFTA Agreement Coordination Office, Abuja, and facilitates the role of National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies, NIALS, in national AfCFTA implementation through research, capacity building, policy dialogue, and curriculum development.
Professor Ladan is happily married for 36 years with children. That ends the news for now. Stay tuned with Umda's Online TV.